Hey, I'm Coda.
I'm Abby, and we're both artists and musicians.
We're trying to experience more and spend less. Over the years, we've tried a lot of different things. Didn't always work out, but we did learn something every time it didn't.
When we first met, we had dead-end jobs and no time to do what we loved.
So, we decided to sell all of our stuff and move up to Cali. We purchased a pop-up tent, some supplies, and headed out west.
We stayed at various state parks and campgrounds along the way, which we mostly booked in advance. We saw some really cool places like the Grand Canyon and Roswell.
We get to Cali. We start looking for jobs and apartments, and then we think, you know what, we're just doing the same exact thing, just in a different state.
We were camping, and our money was starting to run out, and it was starting to get cold at night. And we look around and we see all these full-time RVers, and we think to ourselves, well, hey, we can do that too.
We took out a loan and we started shopping for RVs. We found a really cool little family-owned RV dealership, and that is where we got Barb. She needed a lot of updates, but it was within our price range. It had low mileage and it seemed like she ran fine. She is a 1988 Tioga Fleetwood. We have a video about the updates we did on her. I'll put a card up top about that. And we purchased her and drove her off the lot. And then we ended up staying at some beautiful campgrounds. We met some amazing people. We ended up work camping on a ranch in Southern California. That was beautiful.
So we decided to head back to Indiana for the holidays and to save up money. We had to replace the distributor, ignition module, drive belt, and even had a wiring issue that had stumped some mechanics. At one point, we had even broke down at night in the middle of the desert, and we were stranded for about 2 or 3 days, and we had a very hard time finding anyone to tow or work on Barb. So we thought we need to rethink our situation.
We finally made it back to Indiana, but Barb still wasn't running right, and we needed something safer and something more stable. So we thought, hey, maybe we can buy some raw land and park Barb there, and even maybe build a little cabin. We found out that that is much harder than you think. There are a lot of different zoning laws and building laws. So we did actually purchase some land to do that in an unrestricted county, but it fell through.
We found many places that didn't feel quite right for one reason or another, and luckily we ended up going with our instincts and not purchasing those places. But then we found this house, and it needed a lot of work, but it had potential. This was in our price range. It had privacy. It's on the edge of a forest. It included chickens and a coop, some fruit trees, a garage, and approximately 2.3 acres.
We spent the winter fixing up the inside of the house. It needed a lot of work. Learning about raising chickens, which we had never done before, didn't know anything about. Came with 11 hens and 1 mean butt rooster. Learned about gardening and the stuff that we were planning on doing whenever warm weather came. We still plan on traveling and getting an RV. We're just gonna get something safer, probably retire old Barb and get a nice truck with low mileage or a van, and just get a little pull behind camper, something smaller now that we're not trying to live in it, that will accommodate us and our 2 dogs. Just now we're trying to make better decisions for our future and get a homestead going, put seeds in the ground, and have a property that will provide for us in the future, you know, shelter, food, just a safe place to park when we're not traveling or do repairs on our vehicle or camper. So we're trying to make videos about raising chickens, gardening, being more self-sustainable in the future, solar power, water catchment, how to compost, how to start a food forest. We already have a video where we started that. How to live cheaply, you know, that's one of the big things we're trying to do, so that, like she said, we can experience more, you know, and have less, spend less, be able to work on our art and our music, doing little side jobs, photography, building furniture, DIY builds around the homestead. We already did a little roadside stand to sell our eggs on and some of our products. We're also going to make videos about making soap, lotions, detergent, grow your own food, make your own products. So, we're really getting closer to the life that we want to live. It's a lot of work and it's been a real challenge, but there's a lot of upside to it. To learn these important life skills we can pass on to you guys. Hopefully we can all learn together. So feel free to drop comments about stuff you'd want to see, asking questions, giving constructive criticism, please don't be rude, about if we're doing something wrong or there's a better way to do it, or maybe just the way that you like to do it. All of that is welcome, and we want this to be a page where we can all learn together.
While we were RVing, we learned that you can be happy while having less, and we are carrying that over to what we are doing here.
So, we are super excited to go on this crazy journey with you and to learn together and to grow together and to
Wake up wild.